This is a market review for February 18th, 2025. As you can see, today we had a very low volume day. Didn't reach the sell side target that I was liking, which makes me want to continue playing bearish tomorrow. And I'll explain more of why when we get down to it. So to start, 2 o'clock to 7 o'clock. This to me looks like accumulation, right? We had this little drop down, but other than that, we just basically horizontal. So I was looking for manipulation, which this did. I'm unsure if these highs had an SMT, but I think they did. We'll see in a lower time frame. And then we only took out these lows. I would have liked to see these lows taken because this is this low. And in my opinion, this is way too unbalanced. Equilibrium or not, I would like it to come below this low before doing its full move of the week. So yeah, I'm pretty sure there's an SMT up here which caused this move to the downside, which took out this low. Not really sure what we reached for down here, if I'm being completely honest. SMT of these lows, this low, Friday 6 a.m., and this low on ES, this low was breached, and then we reversed out of that. Again, on the 15, you can see here more easily the accumulation. 2 o'clock here, we had this little drop here, but it was pretty across, just horizontal. SMT up here, bearish move. Oops, sorry. Bearish move. It started early. It started around 9:15, a little early, which is partly why I think the move ended so early. This 15-minute fair value gap was reacted off of many times. So in my mind, that's validated. And so if we extend this over, we can see price comes perfectly up, wicks into it. This is a 1 minute. We'll get down to that. And then it expands lower from there. Again, taking out this low, kind of consolidating, taking out the low one more time before looking for higher prices. On the 5 minute, you can really see how, I don't want to call today's price slow, but very back and forth. There's a lot of wicks, there's a lot of green and red candles. There wasn't much of an expansion apart from this, which happened 5 minutes before open. We moved 47 handles. A couple of other big candles here too. I'll explain that more in the 1 minute of my thought process behind it all. Lots of 1 minutes, not much of anything else. 10:30 retrace happened a little early in my opinion, and I think that is because we left early, meaning we had the expansion started early, so we ended the expansion early. Retraced up to here, took out this high for lunch, meandered, came lower, took out these lows, and then reversed from there. We have this 5 minute here, and we started seeking higher prices from there. Now, going over my entry, where exactly did I enter? Inverse, I entered here, short, and I believe I got stopped out here. Oops, wrong one. Goes this one actually. It doesn't have to be exact. So yeah. First off, bearish bias, high time frame, accumulation, manipulation up here, SMT of these highs, expansion lower. I liked this and I would have taken it. However, ES was severely low. I wanted it to retrace before I felt confident. So if we look here, this is 930, 935-ish. So that's here. Look how expanded this is. Now, if we look at this expansion here, bang, that's equilibrium. This is good. But if we look here, just the nearest expansion, equilibrium's up here, which is why I have this fair value gap highlighted. We're all the way down here. So although NQ did retrace, ES was not even close, which made me feel like if I took this and ES did retrace, we'd see prices all the way up here. And another thing, I wouldn't want to take this because my stop would have to be all the way up here, and that's kind of crazy, in my opinion. SMT of these lows kind of caused a little bit of action here. Then we just out of nowhere expanded lower again, taking out this low, or these relative equal lows. And again, we took out liquidity, same as here. I'm looking for a retrace. So here we retrace up to this, past equilibrium. This is the closest fair value gap. Too weak to get there. Folded over, showed expansion to the downside. Good. Validated this buy side imbalance, sell side inefficiency with this wick right there. So once we broke down and we're coming up, I was expecting price to react off of it like it did. Or, sorry, come back to it. Another thing I have to say about this, 48 is right here, right? On ES, that's right here. This is too expanded for me. I would like some retrace, and we just didn't get it. So I entered on this inverse fair value gap here, stop above this, price did come up to this, and then expanded lower. Whole lot of nothing throughout here, but this held, expanded lower. This was my break even, or where I moved my stop loss to break even. Then we had an SMT of these lows, and with it being 1030, and with the lack of actual intent to seek lower prices, I was pretty confident in price not actually continuing that move, but I stayed in the trade until I got stopped out at break even. I'm not sure if it was this candle or this candle, but it's close enough. So I got stopped out at break even. Then price came up. I was looking for price to take out these highs. Lunch, sell side was profitable, so it would seek the buy stops for lunch, which it did. Took out those, headed lower, kind of consolidated a little bit throughout lunch, expanded lower, took out these lows. This was an SMT and had been an SMT for a while with these lows and these lows. However, it's not really something you can predict. You know, such a high time frame, such a high time frame SMT kind of needs something else to back it up. And it didn't really have that. I was looking for price to seek lower prices. At least, what was it? 22, 42, 50. So here, well, this low. I was looking for price to take out this low. And it didn't. So once it reached that, if it happened and I was looking for an inverse or a reversal, would have been fine. But this is a little too shallow for me. We did end up reversing from here, reacting off of fair value gap here, fair value gap here, last hour expansion up to take out all of these highs here. Now, As far as the rest of the week goes, we have Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. We did have a retrace. Like I said, not enough for my liking. If we're looking high time frame, let's just get rid of all that. If we're looking high time frame, this is not a big enough of a retrace. We expanded above these highs, had another expansion on Friday. We should be expecting TGIF on the next day of trading. We did not get that, so I am going to be continuing to look for bears tomorrow. I'm still looking for this low. This is way too expanded right here. Maybe just a wick. Um, but again, whatever London shows us. If London, I'm not going to run through the plethora of possible outcomes of London, but whatever London does, we'll stick with that bias if the charts match that bias. But as of now, I would feel more comfortable seeking lower prices tomorrow so that we can expand Thursday, Friday. Shortened week with the bank holiday on Monday kind of throws a wrench into everything. But yeah, this has been your market review for February 18th, 2025.